constitutional rights. When you promote education, ladies and gentlemen, you are promoting a constitutional right. You are not doing something to offend people. No, it's a constitutional right. And the Constitution I've asked you to look at, if you look at Objective 9 and Objective 10, it talks about the right to development and the role of people in development. How will you be able to do development if your basic education is lacking in a material particular, like we say in the law? If it's lacking in a material particular, it means it's big stuff. You're not able to develop, to think. Those who believe in the Bible, you know there is a scripture that says, it is God who gives us the ability to make wealth. But he doesn't do it from the clouds. He uses people to help educate us. Let me conclude by looking at Objective 29 of the Constitution. If you look at Objective 29 of our Ugandan Constitution, it talks about the duties of citizens. As I think I mentioned this to Lambert and his group when we were having a training. Even Article 17 talks about the same. Articles 34 and beyond talk about the right to education and our role in promoting that right. So be comfortable that when a Rotarian or a Rotaractor decides to do education, first of all, without education, you cannot survive. I hear stories of my mother walking barefooted to school, onto a bus, and walking to a very far off school to gain an education. And that education changed the clan in which I come from, because many people have been able to access better standards of living, like I've been telling you about. All of us here are products of a pursuit of education. My father-in-law used to walk 2 hills, and said a hill is not a mountain, but it's, at the same time it's not a molehill. A hill is a big thing. Imagine having to walk from Nakasero maybe to where were the matters? Namgongo. From here to Namgongo. Why? You're going to get an education. And that has changed everything about my father-in-law's children. Otherwise, I would never have married a woman who didn't go to school. Why? Where would I have met her? My life has been within a school setting. And because of that, we are able now to educate our children as well. And many other people that I am educating now. I don't know if you begin to see the cumulative effect of basic education. But the disaster of not having a basic education is that when a member of parliament stands up to make a submission to fellow members of parliament who do not have a basic education, and I'm not saying they do or they don't have, all right? But I'm giving you a context. Imagine the disaster of one blind man leading other blind people. And with them, they are dragging the country. You get the idea? So that's why basic education is very important. And that's why literacy, including we Rotaractors and Rotarians, reading first, because when we read, we are in a better position to help others. I'll conclude with what we are planning to do as a joint Rotaract clubs of the mother club. That we want to make an intervention in Luzira Maximum Prison Women's Wing. There are different interventions we want to make. My brother has